Hello, hello, hello. I hope that y'all are well. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me clearly. And also let me know where you're watching from. As I'm putting this title in the comments. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, North Carolina. I'm actually think I'm supposed to be coming to North Carolina soon. I was talking to somebody about. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I need to share this. Share this live with any business owner because we're going to have some real conversation today. And this may be a heavy hit for some people, but time is of the essence and we need to get to work. Okay? I'll make sure I send this out. Alright. Is that everyone? I think so. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. You know what? How was y'all weekend? How are y'all? How is everyone in their heart today? How are y'all feeling? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments how you guys are. Hi. Feeling beautiful, feeling blessed. Awesome. Blessings to you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I hope that everyone is well. For those who do not know who I am, my name is Elle Antoinette. I'm a feminine mastery architect. And what I do is I support my clients who are, I'm great. Thank you for asking. I support my clients who are women leaders. I help them harness their feminine energy, master emotional intelligence in business so that they can up-level their productivity, enhance their creativity, and expand financially, meaning financial growth. So I support my clients in making more money. I support my clients in doing the work necessary to be able to live the life that they really enjoy. My work has supported my clients in going from 5 figures to 6 figures, 6 figures to multi-6 figures, and 0 to 15K in almost less than 30 days. I love the work that I do. I love supporting women and helping them realize that making money really should be a pleasure. And I'm going to talk about that today because today's live actually is going to be called The Brutal Truth. You'll stay broke until you master your emotions. My weekend was productive. Awesome. I love to hear that because that's the truth. Where we're going and the way society is currently right now, if you don't know how to master your emotions, you're going to drop the ball in business. So if you want to stop dropping the ball in business, if you know you've been overly emotional, if you know you have not been in a space where you've really been grounding yourself, then this is going to be the live for you to pay attention to, because it should be a pleasure for you to make money as a woman. It should be a pleasurable experience for you to make money as a woman. And it doesn't even mean or create income for yourself as a woman. It doesn't mean that you have to go out here and like exhaust yourself to oblivion, because that's not what I'm telling you. But you have an innate way as a woman to be able to create income for yourself. And I don't think that you're tapping into that. And that's why you're stressed. That's why a lot of women are looking for saving. A lot of women are looking for men to come in and just rescue them. And I need help with these bills, and I need this and I need that. Everything you need, you already have within you. You're just not tapped into it. And because you're not tapped into it, you don't have access to create the reality that you really desire. So I'm going to talk about that today. Like I said, I'm going over the brutal truth of business that people are not talking about, that you will stay broke or you will not get consistent money in your business if you don't know how to master your emotions. There are a lot of things that you are going to continue to be told. There are a lot of things that are going to be said to you. You're going to face a bunch of different issues and different things that naturally just come up in business. But if you don't know how to be grounded, you're going to fall for every shiny new thing you see. You're going to listen to horrible advice, which is going to position you to be at great financial loss. And I'm trying to prevent women from being in the deficit, okay, when it comes down to your business, because you didn't create your business for you to be in a poorhouse. You didn't create your business for you to exhaust yourself to oblivion as if you are a slave. You created your business as a vehicle to your freedom. And I need you to act like it. Okay, so making money as a woman is a pleasurable experience. So as a woman, what I need you to do, I need you to put in the comments for me and say that I am pleasure. And I'm going to explain that for a second, because a lot of women don't really realize that they are pleasure. Y'all very much so aware that you're in pain. Or that you're pain, or that you're toxic. But I don't think that a lot of women are aware that you actually are pleasure. And I need you to be very clear on that. As a woman, you are pleasure, okay? And you deserve pleasure daily. So it should be a pleasurable experience for you to be able to create money for yourself, okay? Because that's the way that it was intended. And so I'm going to dive deep into that today. All right. Again, for those who are joining, my name is Elle Antoinette. I'm a feminine mastery architect. And I love the work I do with my amazing clients that are women leaders. Oh, and before I get started, if you are a woman business owner and you want to skyrocket, if you want to turn your anxiety into like power and skyrocket your business to the next level, then you need to be in my masterclass on Thursday. It's called Balance and Prosper, and in that masterclass I'll be teaching you the dynamics of how to get in balance so that you actually can prosper as a business owner. And I'm going to be talking specifically about you cycle syncing, you understanding the dynamics of how cycle syncing actually increases your cash flow as a woman, living according to your cycle, and understanding the design that you were given during the aspect of creation and learning how to use it. Society teaches you to fight against your cycle, fight against your design. They don't teach you when you work with it, you actually can make more money, because there is a great connection. And I have a video about this on YouTube, but I haven't published it yet for everyone. But it's a live I did a little bit back. The connection between your brain, your hormones, and your ovaries, and how that really makes a huge difference when it comes down to when you're the sharpest, how your mind operates, how your brain maneuvers, especially when it comes down to being able to create things and make money. Okay, so it's very important and very vital that if you're a business owner and you do not want to be hustling in this upcoming year, 2025 and beyond, you need to learn about cycle syncing, and you need to be in that masterclass on Thursday. It's a free masterclass. It is for business owners. Don't get your tail in there if you're not a business owner, because you're not going to understand the dynamics in which I'm going to be coming with this content, okay? So I will see y'all on Thursday for those who will be joining me on that. But today, anyway, we're talking about the brutal truth. You're going to stay broke until you master your emotions, because this is really where it's at. You can apply this to business. You can apply this in general in life. I always say all the time, a woman who is ready to master her emotions is a woman who's ready to change her life. I can tell you, as a woman who does this work with women and have literally coached girls into women for over 10 years, if you don't understand your innate value as a woman, you will not be able to create external value. That is the very first thing that we have to get into. And a lot of women do not understand their innate value. They only know how to exploit themselves externally. And exploitation is more on the, and it's not, and pay attention to words, okay? So when I'm talking about exploitation, you more so exploit yourself than actually create from your innate self, your gifts. So you will look for a man to do this for you, or look for a man to be able to do X, Y for you. And these things should be sprinkles to you. Anytime anybody does anything for you, and this is what you have to understand as a woman, if anyone does anything for you outside of yourself, that should be sprinkles. That should be an additive. That shouldn't be the standard. And a lot of women are setting their standards based on how men treat them. And then they're like, okay, I like the way he did this. I like the way he did that. So the next man has to do this. The next man has to do that. Standards should be in place before people are allowed to even enter into your space. Standards are put in position to be able to set the bar for you, not based on anyone else. Standards are created around what it is that you value. And we put boundaries around things and protect things that we value. And this is why a lot of women don't have standards, don't have boundaries. Or if they do have them, they have them in the frame of, this is what a man has done for me, so I'm going to follow suit. That's not the way this works. You need to understand, number one, again, that you are pleasure as a woman. And when you understand that you are pleasure as a woman, and you enjoy pleasure as a woman, and you deserve pleasure as a woman, you make sure that experiences that you participate in are pleasing to you. Okay? They have to make sense from the work that you do, from the friendships that you gain. Now, don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean that problems are not going to arise. But it should be a pleasure for you to do relationship with people. It should be a pleasure for you to do the work that you do and create money the way that you do. It should be a pleasure for you to do that. And if it's not a pleasure for you to do these things, then you have yet to figure out, one, that you are, one, a pleasure, and two, what actually is pleasing to you. And a lot of women don't know what's pleasing to them because they're so busy listening to what other people say is pleasing to them and trying to adopt those standards because you have none of your own. And this is a cycle of what's happening. This is how you become an imposter. But let's go ahead and get into this real quick. The brutal truth, you're going to stay broke in your business until you master your emotions, okay? Number one, you have to understand that women are pleasure. And pleasure by definition, because I believe I pulled up the definition for this. Was it yesterday? Let me see. I think I did. Because I want you to be very clear on what I'm saying when I'm saying that women are pleasure. And if not, then I'm just going to find it. But it was a 3-part definition that I found as I was writing out yesterday. Yes. Pleasure. Okay, hi my love. Pleasure is a feeling of happiness, enjoyment, and satisfaction. Pleasure is something or someone that causes a feeling of happiness, enjoyment, and satisfaction. Pleasure means a desire or inclination. Okay? I want you to go back, for those who were raised in church, and I want you to think about when they said, and you even read in scripture about how Adam responded when he first saw Eve. When he first saw Eve, he was pleased because she, just in her being, in her standing there, she literally was the epitome of happiness, of satisfaction to him, of enjoyment to him, he desired her. And what you have to understand as a woman, which a lot of women really don't realize this, is that y'all are here saying that you're pressure when you really should be saying that you are pleasure. Because pressure is something that is kind of pushed and forced. But when you understand as a woman that you are pleasure, you embody an element of happiness. You embody an element of fulfillment. You embody an element of joy. You radiate the spiritual fruit of joy when you are on the frequency of pleasure, when you literally operate as your authentic self as a woman, as pleasure. Everyone knows that women are pleasure. Society knows that women are pleasure. Men know that women are pleasure. Women literally are the embodiment of pleasure and power without even having to say a word. But if we're being very honest here, if I'm being very honest with you, there are too many women that are asleep to this truth. Y'all let society and outdated norms dictate your worth by telling you what you should look like and how you should present yourself and how you should be and what femininity looks like and all of these things, when in reality, femininity is not something that's on you, it's in you. You are feminine by design. I don't teach women to be feminine. Though I am a feminine mastery architect, I teach women to align with their authentic feminine design. Hey, my love. That is what I do, because you have your own unique design that magnetizes. And when you are aligned with your authentic design as a woman, you don't just magnetize men, you magnetize the money, which is what you really need to be worried about. Because y'all seen the price of what's going on outside? It costs like $300 to go outside. It used to be, we go outside, we're going to spend at least $100. I'm going outside at least, I spend about $3. So not only do you become a magnet, your magnetism, and you become so attractive to all these people, but scratch all of that, you become so attractive to opportunity. Opportunity is attracted to value, just like money. Money is attracted to value. Okay? And if you don't show yourself valuable as a woman, then you don't get invested in. Because, and this is what the conversation I have with women a lot of time when they say like, oh, well, how do I get men to give me money and do this and do that? It's are you an investment? Are you an asset to be invested in? Because if you are an asset that's valuable, trust me when I tell you, people will naturally invest in you because they see your value. And it's not so much that you're going to have to say. Now, you may have to articulate the things that you desire, but it's not so much that you're going to have to say to make people to want to invest in you. That's in business. That's in romantic relationships. That's in friendships. Because we recognize a real one when we see one. I know a good investment when I see one. I'm a businesswoman. Let's get into it, right? I know a good investment when I see one as a businesswoman. Men are wired to invest. They give to receive. You receive to give as a woman. And when you understand that, you begin to understand the elements of the starting elements of your innate value, okay? If you don't recognize your own power and understand that you actually are pleasure, how do you expect to thrive as a business owner? There's no way that you can thrive if you are not enjoying the work that you actually create and understanding the power that's within you. If you don't recognize your value and you don't recognize your power, you may as well close the business down, because you're not going to be able to magnetize. As a woman in 2024 with a business, there is no reason why you are not able to elevate your magnetism to call people in to the points they want to buy buy into whatever it is that you're selling. If you're not doing that, or if that's not happening for you, then you may want to see if you're actually operating from a space of pleasure. Because guess what? High vibrational spaces, and like I told you, understanding that you are pleasure as a woman means that you are operating from the frequency of joy, because the exuding of pleasure that you're seeing is a reflection of inner joy from a woman. A woman that can allow herself to enjoy pleasure and be pleasure is a woman who knows joy. And joy is contagious. When you are vibrating at a high state of joy, people want to be in your space. People want to be in your face. People want to invest. People are willing to do whatever it is necessary to be in your space, because that energy is so contagious, because the majority of the world is struggling. So if you are able to really stand in the fullness of your power, knowing that you are pleasure, knowing that innately you can create the reality that you desire. Hey, my love, you can create the reality that you desire. You can make the amount of money that you desire. You can have the type of relationship that you desire. You can have all of these things. But the first thing that you have to understand is that you don't have to operate from a place of pain. You just need to operate from your authentic state, which is pleasure. Because like I said again, everybody knows that women are pleasure. Men know it. Society knows it. Everybody. This is why, and let me tell y'all something. This is why women don't realize that men need us more than we need them. Now, I'm not going to say that we don't need them at all. Please don't misunderstand. But understand that they need our energy, because the feminine, especially in the aspect of pleasure, she is an inspiration. She inspires. She inspires. So they need our inspiration to go out and get it, which is why they go out and they compete and they get money and they get cars and they get all of these things. Why? Because they want to impress women, because they want the energy of women. Sometimes they don't just want your body, baby. Sometimes they just want your energy. Hey, my love. Sometimes they don't just want... See, and y'all get that confused. Y'all will allow men to sift your energy and then get mad when he goes and take that energy and use it on somebody else. And y'all done seen it all the time. Think about all the restaurants you put your ex on. Think about all the knowledge you put your ex on when you was in your phase of building men up like you were insane. And just think about how wise he sounded to the next woman as he was giving the wisdom that you gave him, and he is pouring it into her. Baby, they will take your energy, sift it up, and serve it to somebody else because you don't know what to do with it, because you don't recognize the value in it, because you don't see that you are pleasure. So they, as parasitic vampires of your energy, they take it and they serve it where someone else can appreciate it, because you don't realize that you're pleasure. And that's why you're not getting paid in your business, because you're going to stay broke until you can learn how to master your emotions, because you think you got to go through pain to get paid. You think you got to go through pain to have pleasure. You think you got to go through struggle love to be able to have a successful relationship. See, you need to shift the programming. You don't know how to manage your emotions, and that's what's keeping you broke. That's what's keeping your bank account in the negative at the bottom, because you don't recognize your own essence. Women are pleasure. Adam was pleased when he saw Eve. He was like, oh, thank God. And she fine. That's flesh of my, that's me. And y'all out here chasing people. Listen. Own your pleasure. Okay? Own the fact that you are pleasure instead of saying that you are pressure. Own the fact that you are pleasure, or just continue to keep playing small. Because there's no middle ground. There's no middle ground here. Either you are pleasure or you pain, baby. Pick a point and stand on it. And when you stand on it, be ready to deal with the ramifications, consequences, rewards, and results that come from you standing on that type of business. Because that's the business you're choosing. Okay? There's no middle ground here with this. When you acknowledge your power of just simply being pleasure, right? You stop being a doormat, because you realize that being a doormat isn't a pleasing experience to you. You stop basing and comparing yourself to other business owners and what other people got going on, because you understand that you have your own pleasing experience. You are your own pleasing experience. And you literally start becoming the force that you were born to be. And when you become the force, you don't have to force. And that's the difference between many. See, people that try to force things don't understand that they are a force because they have no power. Or they don't really know how to access the power that's within them, because we all have the same power according to Luke 17:21. It says the kingdom of heaven is within you. The problem is some people act like it and some people talk about it. Some people operate from that frequency, and other people just mimic it and talk about it. But when you actually are operating from that frequency, that is you exuding. You know what that says? A woman who understands that she is pleasure and operates in the fullness of that power is a woman who is exuding the spiritual fruit of joy. That is a woman who has learned how to cultivate joy in the darkest aspect of the world, because the world can be dark. But she has still found her way to have joy. So if you are not creating from a pleasurable space, if you are not creating, money or income for yourself, and it's not a pleasure to do so, you're operating from a space of pain. There's no in between. And in this life, we have a certain amount of pain that's assigned to us. People are going to leave our lives. People are going to die, all these things. But some of us add more pain onto our life that we actually have to have, because we just are so scared of pleasure. A lot of women are scared of pleasure. They are. A lot of women are scared of pleasure and are scared of becoming a pleasurable experience, because you don't really know how to handle what all comes with that. You really are afraid of what all comes with that. You're afraid of the judgment. You're afraid of thinking that you're possibly going to be alone. I know women that hold themselves back financially in business because they don't want to out earn, because they're waiting and hoping that a man will see them, and they don't want to make him feel insecure, so they don't stand in the fullness of their power. They dim their light. How tragic is that? How tragic is it to live your life in such a painful place of fear, feeling like there is no one who would come and love you if you were at the best version of yourself. Why would you allow yourself to sit in a space where someone would accept you being half-assed? They don't love you. They don't want you. They don't want the best for you. See, you're trying to appease their ego. When they're talking about being male-centered, that's what they're talking about, making decisions around everybody else except for yourself. Y'all don't need to decenter men, baby. You need to decenter all the foolishness in your life. And if that includes men, then you need to remove everything out of that and you need to center yourself, because you are making decisions around other people. A lot of y'all ain't just centered, men-centered. Some of y'all your mama centered. Some of y'all your friend centered. Some of y'all people who don't give a damn about y'all centered. And y'all got these people sitting in the center of your life, and you are making decisions and choices around people who do not care about you. You are making decisions and choices around people that do not have your best interest at heart. You are making decisions and choices with people who are self-centered, and you are literally allowing them to be the center of your world and complaining about why nobody supports you. You are doing this to yourself because you like pain, because you do not realize that you are pleasure. That's because you're too busy trying to be pressure. See how society got y'all with that? See how society got y'all with that? Y'all's trying so hard to be pressure that you forgot your innate nature, your authentic nature is actually pleasure. And this is why you always pleasing other people and you are yet to be pleased yourself. Number 2, this is the second reason why you're going to stay broke in your business until you master your emotions. If you don't recognize your ability as women to be multipliers, and I think a lot of women have a very difficult time with that, like, you're an amplifier. You are an amplifier as a woman. Whatever we are given, we multiply and we amplify. You give us a seed, we give you children. Okay? You give us money. If you give it to the right type of amplifier, we're gonna 10x it. Okay? You give us pain, we're gonna multiply it. Whatever you are given, you give me pleasure, I'm gonna amplify it. You have to understand your position as a woman. You amplify and you multiply. So what you need to know is that you need to stop multiplying the wrong energy, because y'all are multiplying painful energy, causing these generational curses on your children's children with your self-centered decisions around other people that don't value you and that don't put you first because you refuse to put yourself first. So you will multiply the drama and the damage in your lineage instead of multiplying the pleasure that can position your family for better. This is what we're doing. Understand your power as an amplifier. If people are always bringing things to you that are painful, that are problematic, these are the things that are amplifying in your life. And how do I know? How do I check and see what I'm amplifying or what's happening in my life? What's your conversation about the majority of the time? Whatever you are talking about the majority of the time is exactly what it is that you are amplifying. So if you and your friends always talking about how broke y'all are, guess what? Y'all turning up the volume on being broke. You're turning up the volume on being broke, and that's because that's the programming, that's the channel y'all on, and that's what's going on, and that's what's being multiplied, a bunch of brokenness. So guess what? Y'all broke. The men you deal with are broke. The people, the experiences that you have basically are broke. All these things align with literally what you choose to amplify as a woman, because you refuse to be a pleasurable experience. That's too much work for you. There's too much work for you to do the work to have a pleasing vessel. It's too much work for you to do to have a calm mind, even though that will really please you to be able to do what you need to do, to think clearly and be able to execute. That's too much work for you to do that. So you opt out and choose painful experiences because that's been your programming ever since childhood. Women naturally multiply what we are given. But if you are being fed, or if you're feeding into misalignment, self-doubt, then guess what you're multiplying? Guess what you are multiplying? If you are feeding into misalignment and self-doubt, then guess what you are multiplying? And I don't care how much of a believer you say you are, because I'm going to step all the way on your toes with this one. If you say that you are, If you are living in fear, misalignment, and doubt, the Most High gonna see you about that, because those are blockers. Those are sins. Sin definition, by definition, means to miss the mark. Doubting makes you miss the mark. Being misaligned puts you in position to miss the mark. Being afraid to make a move causes you to miss the mark, baby. So guess what? Your self-doubt, your misalignment, all these things, they are still sin, because they are blocking you from doing what you need to do. And you have an assignment. You ain't on target. And guess what? Because you're not on target and you're not on assignment, you missed. So you really got to think about that, because that's what's being multiplied in your life. If you're seeing things are constantly not working out for you no matter what happens, you are getting even more down and depressed because you're just doubting everything. You need to really start paying attention to the things that you're amplifying in your existence. Because guess what's going to end up happening? You keep doing that. Chaos and failure. Chaos and failure are the results of misalignment and self-doubt. I'm going to say that again. Chaos and failure in your business, those are going to be the products of you having self-doubt and you being not in alignment where you need to be. Okay? When you align with your true self and your true energy of being pleasure, well, I'll just tell you this, make a decision. Align with your true self, or just continue amplifying the energy that's going to sabotage your success. Because either way it goes, it's not going to hurt my feelings, because guess what? That's your life. And unlike many, I'm not going to center you and make decisions about my life around the decisions that you're making. So you can either choose to amplify the energy that's chaotic, or you can amplify the energy of pleasure that is actually going to put you in position to get more cash flow in your business. Because guess what? All you got to do is focus and be consistent. But the problem is y'all can't focus because you don't know what to focus on. You're focusing on being pressure and you wonder why you're being crushed. You're focused on multiplying with a man when you can't even amplify yourself. But yet you are willing to go and divide yourself and multiply with him, which is crazy work, because you about to amplify more drama and generational issues and curses and problems, because you are bringing this baby into poverty. See, we're not dealing with the real of this, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Y'all not tired? Are you not exhausted? Are you not exhausted from seeing this horrible pipeline that we have going on here? Because women don't understand that they are pleasure. They always end up in painful situations, painful experiences, having painful lives, having painful issues form in the body. All because you like pain instead of pleasure, baby. That's your training. Alignment is not a luxury. It's a necessity. It's not something that, I'm just going to get myself in alignment. Y'all use a lot of buzzwords. That's not the way it's working. When you become aligned, you become a magnet for success. I'm telling you, when I talk to my clients and I'm like, they get in their right lane and they zone of exactly what they're supposed to be doing, it seems like everything's that the clients start coming like crazy. It seems like, the offers start coming in, the opportunities start coming in, and saying all you got to do is get in alignment. That's really all you have to do. Being in alignment is doing the right thing at the right time in the right place. You can't be doing the right thing in the wrong place at the right time and thinking you're going to get that. No, all three of those things have to be what it needs to be. It looks like for a lot of people that overnight success. No, these people have been sowing seeds, doing this and doing that. And when they finally got in the right frequency, it was like everything took off. That's what this is about. Pleasure is a fruit of joy. So if you lack the spiritual fruit of joy, that shows right there that you're not in alignment and you can't operate according to the authentic frequency, which is you being pleasure. And when you are pleasure, it's a pleasure to be in your experience. It's a pleasure to be in your life. It's a pleasure to pour into you. It's a pleasure to serve you. It's a pleasure. Men, and I'm going to be very honest with you, men tell me a lot. It's a pleasure to do things for you. I like that. I like when they talk to me like that. Come to me like that or don't come at all. It needs to be a I love when men hit me with it's my pleasure to do this for you. Because what that does for me is reminds me how much I am a pleasure, how much I am pleasure. Because that's really what that is. See, y'all be thinking y'all like these men and y'all be liking these people, and really you just be liking the way yourself and the way you be vibing in the energy of these people. Y'all be giving people too much credit because you don't know yourself. When somebody says to me, "Oh, you have such good energy," I'm not like, "Oh my God, thank you. I've worked so hard on my energy." I'm like, I know. You feel that, right? It's definitely wavy. See, you got to be on that kind of time. You got to be that kind of time. Okay? For real. So learn and start paying attention to what it is that you are amplifying in your life. This man heard me ask my mama to open the can because I owed him. He was about to stop. Listen. When he was doing the open can, period. Let me tell you something, baby. I would walk in a grocery store. This is one of my moves. I'm gonna put y'all on game. So this is one of my moves when I need help in the grocery store. If it's something too high up, something I can't reach, or if it's just too many bags and I just want them to push the basket, baby, I'm going to walk around the store and I'm going to find a male employee, and I am not going to stop him by saying, "Hi, can you help me?" I am going to just lock eyes with him. I'm going to stand there and I'm going to look at him, and he literally, this works almost every time. He literally will turn around and look at me, and we'll make eye contact, and will come to me and say, "Ma'am, do you need help with something?" "Yes, actually I do. I really would like it if you could. I would really appreciate if you would." Absolutely, it's my pleasure. I was walking out the door the other day, somebody was coming up behind me. I was holding the door for him. He was like, No. Let me get that door for you. You holding it too long for me, and I know I'm coming in. That's the type of energy. You got to know that about you. Baby, I'm not pressure, I'm pleasure. And everywhere I go, I am a pleasing experience, a powerful experience. And when you understand it about yourself, that's what gets amplified. So pleasure is amplified for me because I am pleasure. And when you're saying you're pressure amplifies for you too, but not in the way that you think. All right? So anyway, when you become aligned with your authentic energy and you become a magnet for success, but misalignment though, that's a one-way ticket to mediocrity and burnout in your business. Okay? So that's 1 and 2. Number 1, women embodying the principle of understanding that they are pleasure. And then number 2, understanding the multiplying power of an aligned woman that actually understands how she amplifies. Number 3, this is the third thing you need to tap into, or you're going to stay broke in your business until you learn how to master your emotions. Emotional regulation is the key to financial abundance. A lot of people won't tell you that. And let's break down abundance real quick. And I haven't done this maybe in over a year or so, but I'm going to go ahead and do it real quick. When you look at the verse John, and you look at John 10:10 in scripture, right? The first half talks about how the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. The other half talks about the Messiah's come to give you life and give you life abundantly, right? So in that space where it says the Messiah's come to give you life and give you life abundantly, abundance is a mindset. And so you have to understand the mindset of abundance. Though on this earth we are finite beings, meaning we are not infinite while we're on this earth in this body, right? But what is available to us is abundance. And abundance by definition means plentifulness. It's like a surplus. There's always having, right? So when you think about abundance from a space of money, community, love, those 3 things right there are very important. Money, community, and love, you will realize that you are never lacking. You will not be out here chasing men. You will You will literally be out here attracting opportunity because you will pour the highest levels and forms of your currency back into yourself, meaning that you will give yourself time first. You will give yourself energy first. You will give yourself attention first. You will give yourself money first, okay? Before you decide to do any of these things. My father had this saying when I was a little girl. He always would say, pay yourself first. So when it comes down to these things, pay yourself in time first. Give yourself time before you try to give your time to somebody crusty. What's wrong with y'all? Give yourself energy first so you can recognize what energy actually feels like outside of yourself to know whether or not this is what you enjoy or what you don't enjoy. Give yourself attention first so you won't be so thirsty for attention, because attention is the lowest form of currency, okay? When it comes down to that aspect in romance, intention is the highest form of currency when it comes down to romance. So if you're just getting attention, give yourself attention so you won't be impressed with attention and you'll be clear on intention, because that makes a difference. When you look at abundance from a perspective like there's always going to be money for me, there's always going to be community for me, there's always going to be love for me, because I am these things to myself and I don't lack these things. That's how you attract every single aspect of community, money, and love directly to you. You have to embody these things first, but you can't embody these things if you don't know that you're pleasure. Bring you back to the bottom of the map. You cannot embody these things if you do not know that you are pleasure. And you cannot know that you are pleasure if you are not operating from the frequency of joy. Joy is not a spiritual fruit in a high vibrational state for coincidence. It is what it is. It is what it takes to create. And that's what you got to recognize. A gentleman walked me to my car under his umbrella and put my groceries in my trunk, period. As he should. I love that. Emotional regulation is the key to financial abundance. When you believe these things and understand that community isn't lacking, love isn't lacking, money isn't lacking in the area of you, guess what ends up happening? You never lack these things. You always seem to have exactly what it is that you need. You always seem to be in the right mindset about it. You tend not to allow your emotions to erode the energy of you receiving. When you And I was watching this. What movie was I watching last night? I'm gonna break this down in a movie of how this makes sense. It's an old school movie. I'm about to tell my age. A lot of y'all probably have never even seen it, but I'm gonna break this scene completely down of how energetic works and how you can attract money into your life. Dang, I need more. I'm not gonna say money because I don't like to say attract money, but you can attract more opportunity in your life that brings money. I'm going to use the scene from Throw Mama from the Train, which is a movie that came out in the 80s with Danny DeVito, Billy Crystal, and I forgot the lady's name. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. So basically what happened was teacher and the student, some kind of way they did this, they got this plan together where they were going to knock off each other's people. One guy was a writer and he wrote books, and he wrote this classic book that his ex-wife stole from him. So the ex-wife stole the book and she became rich. I'm talking about she got so rich. She was so detached. She was on Oprah. It's all this stuff. The movie's on Tubi, by the way, if y'all want to find it. It's an old school movie called Throw Mama from the Train. So he hated her. Every time she came on TV, he was like, I hate her. She's this, she's that, da-da-da-da. He had so much energy towards her. He was so obsessed with her because she had stolen his book. But he was so obsessed with her energetically that his publishers and his writing company was coming to him saying, hey, we need a new book from you. Hey, we need a new book from you. But he couldn't write. He had writer's block. Why? Because all his energy was focused on his ex-wife stealing his book. He had a dream one night, okay? He had a dream one night that he was meeting with his ex-wife, and when he got upstairs, he was choking her out. I'm telling you what happened, right? So in the dream, he was choking her out, but then the scene flipped, and as he felt like he was choking her out, it switched. He was choking himself. So what that revealed in that dream was you trying to choke out and zone in and focus on her is the reason why I mean, it's really you choking yourself out. So you're really dimming your own light. You're really snuffing your own light. You're really taking away your own energy because you are focused on her, and you're really doing this to you because she has moved on with her life. I'm talking about sis was rich. She had a nice little pool boy that she was laying up with. She was doing her thing. She took that man's stuff and was gone. He was the one energetically still connected to that experience because he had so much hate towards her. But when he woke up from that dream, he made a decision to release that hate because it scared him. And guess what happened seconds later after he woke up from that dream and released that? He was able to write again. And when he wrote again, he wrote a best-selling book that ended up making him a millionaire because he released the energy that was blocking him. Let me tell you something and be very clear on this. Whatever you obsess over, if you want something, if you want something to never come to you, obsess over it. Have hate in your heart. Have ill will in your spirit. You will never receive exactly what it is that you want, because what you need to understand about money is energy, and money is only attracted to certain type of energies. And if you do not exude that energy, money will not come near you. Money does not trust you. And I don't care how much you worship it, because money does not ask you to worship it. It actually is repelled by your worship. Money is repelled by your worship. And society has taught people to worship money, even though scripture tells you, for the love of money is the root of all evil. You get the money and you see people still don't know what to do with themselves. Why? Because they never dealt with the issues within themselves. They never dealt with the mindset of abundance. So they never felt like they had enough. So they kept going, kept doing, and they realized that none of these things still are getting them where they need to go. You block money from coming to you by hating on somebody else. You block money from coming to you by holding ill will in your heart. Money is not attracted to that type of frequency. It's not going to stay. So you being all over the place emotionally or hating is going to bring you to financial ruin. I'm just going to really just cut to it, because here's the thing. If you can't control your emotions, they're going to control your business. That's why you see people out here spazzing in the comments, business owners doing this, and they feel like, oh, because I got my business, I can talk crazy. No, what you're revealing is your emotional instability. What you're revealing is your inability to sustain the business that you have obtained. That is what you're revealing. What you're revealing is your lack of emotional control. What you're revealing is your lack of ability to have emotional intelligence. What you are revealing is your childlike tantrums. That's what you're showing us. You're showing us that you can't be trusted because emotionally you are not stable. That is what you're revealing to us. And we will not pay for that. We will not invest in that. We don't like it. I don't care how many... Oh, God, I was about to say something else. I don't care how many of these... How can I say this? I don't care how many of these people y'all try to play up on these apps that disrespect and dishonor womanhood, women. I don't care how much you try to push that up. Anytime you obtain any form of money from an ill will, you can't keep it. And scripture tells you that. If you get money from a place that's dark, that's deceptive, and you scamming and you stole it, you ain't gonna be able to keep that success. That's why these abusers and all this stuff is coming out about all these people 20 years later. You're not gonna be able to sustain that. You might be able to hold it for a minute, but you're not gonna be able to sustain that. You need to stop allowing your emotional chaos to cause this cash flow crisis, because honestly, your emotional chaos is blocking your creativity and it's blocking your ability to get cash, because nobody wants to deal with somebody that's chaotic. Everyone is being very intelligent with their investments right now. From people to businesses, they're being very wise, and nobody wants to put their money in shaky ground. And to a CEO of a company who does not know how to control her emotions. Emotional dysregulation is costing you money, period. Period. You are losing money because you refuse to regulate your emotions. That's exactly why I created the Command Your Cash Flow course, so that you can calm your nervous system and get real techniques, because you're not going to have time for you to be able to do all of this extra. had a coach lose it in the comments, getting defensive when I was only expressing that I ain't paying her, girl. And see, and this is the thing. The only way that I can see a person getting upset about someone making a decision about them not investing in their business or paying them is a person who is dependent upon payments of other people. Now, that's just my perception, and everybody may not necessarily agree with that. But if you are going off on someone because they said that they don't want to pay your price point, why do you care? Because you haven't come into the realization that, see, my mind frame is this. My client always has the money to pay me. My clients who are meant to work with me, who are in alignment with me, are always going to have the money to be able to pay me, point blank, period. And if they don't have the money to pay me, or they don't desire to pay me, or they don't desire to work with me, then they simply are not my client. I ain't finna get mad about that. Somebody tell me they're not paying me, I'm gonna say, okay. Because in reality, people don't pay me. The Most High pays me. People may be the vessel in which I may get paid because of what I'm saying resonates and I have a solution for them. But I don't depend on people for my payments because that's fickle. That's fickle. You don't do that. But that's what I'm saying as far as being emotional and being all over the place. Like, no. You either master your emotions or you watch your business crumble. There's no other way. Like, I can't sugarcoat that. Emotional intelligence is not just a nice thing to have. It's a financial lifeline. Emotional, and hear me what I'm telling you. You can take that to the bank. Okay? Emotional intelligence is not just it's something cute for you to have, baby. This is your financial lifeline. Because if you can't regulate your emotions to be able to center in and zone in while everything is going crazy around you, so you can focus and do what you need to do and still execute, because you still got bills and you still have things you need to take care of. If you don't know how to do that, then you're not going to thrive. You're going to be in survival mode. And I wouldn't want to be in survival mode beyond 2024, because you're going to be in a form of slavery, deeper than you know, deeper than you realize. So it's really time to start regulating your emotions, and like your livelihood depends on it. Okay? Because it really does. Practicing emotional resilience daily makes a difference as you continue to face, the consequences. If you don't, you're going to face the consequences in your bank account. So you do what you want to do. Absolutely. I always let you guys know that it's payment options. Everything that you get from me, you can get with Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay. So I don't be want to hear it. I don't. Excuses don't. When you have done as much work that I have done on myself, and you have worked with so many women and gotten so many results, you don't want to hear excuses. Like, I'm not interested. Okay. All right. So that's number 3. Emotional regulation is the key to financial abundance. All right. Number 4. You got to see the link between income creation, or you got to link income creation with your energy of being a pleasure and as a part of your power. Okay. So stop viewing income creation or making money as a struggle. It's really your birthright. Income creation is not supposed to be a grind. I know that's what society told us. I know that's what a lot of us are submitted to. I know a lot of people have gone into that. When you take that grind mode mentality from your 9 to 5 and bring it into your business, it's the quickest way for your business to be a horrible, problematic experience, not being a pleasurable experience at all, okay? Getting income, being paid well for your authentic gifts is your birthright, okay? This is not supposed to be a grind. It's literally supposed to be a reflection of your power, and it's supposed to be a reflection of you being pleasure. If you're not enjoying the process, then you're doing it wrong. Am I saying you're going to be happy every day? No. But if you're not enjoying the process of doing this for yourself, then you're doing it wrong, because you're not just creating income. You are literally claiming what's rightfully yours. Do y'all not see in scripture how it says that we're going to get him dominion? You know what that means? That means you got a slice of the pie. But the thing is, you have to get in connection with your gifts. According to Proverbs 8 and 12, you have creative and witty inventions in your very being, and then those things are going to make room for you, like it also tells you in Proverbs. Okay, you're not just creating income, you're claiming what's rightfully yours. If you don't get what's yours off this earth, that's your problem. That's you. That's all you. If you felt like you should have came to this earth and you should have got a good husband and you should have got this amount of money and you should have got this and you don't have it, then let's get to asking some questions. Are you an energetic match for this? Have you been doing the work to position yourself for this? Are you in alignment with, like, let's get into the real of it, because we don't be wanting to get into the real. We just want to talk about what we want. If you see money making as a burden, then you are in the wrong mindset. Okay? It's time to start shifting your gears and start seeing income creation as a pleasurable, powerful act that aligns with your divine purpose. And when you start looking at it like that, then you start moving differently. And guess what? Money starts moving closer to you when you start doing that. Okay? Number 5. And this is the last one I'm going to cover today, and I'm going to come back tomorrow with a couple more. But this one is very, very important. And this is about guarding your gates and protecting your power. Okay? So you want to guard your power, or you just going to watch it slip away. That's your two options. You either guard your power or you watch it slip away. Would you leave in 2024 with everything that's going on? Would you leave your door unlocked? Would you leave your front door unlocked? Put in the comments for me in 2024 if you would leave your door unlocked right now with the state of the way the world is. I don't care if you live in Timbuktu. Would you leave your door unlocked? Just put a yes or a no in the comments right now. Do you trust the people around you so where you would leave your door unlocked? Okay, because I just want to see the answers that come in. We got a couple of no's. And I'm not hating because somebody may say yeah. Absolutely not, no. Okay, so I hear a lot of women saying no, 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 which I think is very wise. I think it's very wise to not leave your house open or unlocked. So if you wouldn't do that, why would you leave your emotional and energetic gates wide open? Why don't we lock them? Why don't we lock our emotional and energetic gates? Why don't we lock those doors the way that we lock our front door? Because we got more faith and we put more trust in that faulty lock. Okay, that anybody could kick in the door, shoot it off, or whatever. We got more faith that that lock is going to protect and keep. But we don't take that same type of initiative when it comes down to guarding our emotional and our energetic gates. And we wonder why things come in. Without having these boundaries, you literally give your power away on a silver platter. When you are building this business and you are creating income from a pleasurable place, and you're being pleasured, you can't be around people that's trying to talk crazy, or listening to people who are going to be doing all these things and saying all these things to you. You can't take in that information and still be well. You're going to need a community of people that are going to be uplifting you in the direction that you're going in, or you're going to have to start setting boundaries and stop allowing people access to your energy. Because once somebody says something to you that really strike a nerve, you ain't finna forget it. You finna ruminate in your mind about that. You're going to keep going over in your mind over and over about that, and what that felt like, and what this did, and why did they say that, and all these different type of things, all because you let the wrong person speak into you. See, some of y'all be going to people for advice and going to people for insight, when these people, number one, they're not qualified to speak on what you're asking, and two, they don't even really like you. They undercover jealous of you, so they're trying to throw different things your way. And sometimes the jealousy even isn't necessarily about you per se. Sometimes the jealousy is the inability of them being able to do these things. They feel like they can't do these things, so you shouldn't do it either. That whole saying about, I want you to do good but not better than me, that's a real thing. And the people, let me tell you something, we don't get our feelings hurt by strangers. Y'all not catching that? Y'all so scared of strangers. I've never seen a society of women right now. So many women are like, I'm just so scared to go out, and I'm scared to like meet people, and I just don't trust people, and I just don't trust this. Hell, the monster's been around you the whole time. The monsters in your life are the people you've let into your experience. A stranger hasn't done anything to you as of yet. It's your responsibility to discern, assess, and vet before you allow people into your space. And see, that's not happening. Women are not discerning. Women are not assessing. Women are not vetting. And because of that, you have monsters surround you. There's monsters under your bed and you scared to go outside. But you let them in your house because there were no gates. There was no locks on your gates. And now all the monsters are under your bed. Yet you're afraid to get up and go outside. Okay? So, in this, and honestly, listen to me. When I first started my business, let me tell you something. A lot of people are waiting on their friends and people around them to support their business. The main people who support my business are people that I have never met. People that I have never met. People in other countries that I have never been to. Don't get me caught up in my emotions because I will start crying. Countries I've never even been to, where people have connected, strangers have connected, have poured into me, have invested in me. Why? Because value recognizes value. And you don't have to wait on somebody else or listen to somebody else when it comes down to you. You need to know how to guard your gates. Stop giving away your power on a silver platter. Your family ain't your target audience. Your friends ain't your target audience. Delete them off your social media if you need to. And if they get pissed off because you want to go on a route of business and not have them on there and they ain't your ideal client, they was never your friend anyway. Because if y'all was cool anyway, y'all cool offline, right? So it shouldn't be a big deal that you want to get rid of them and make room for somebody where the content resonates. Y'all ain't about that life though, because y'all scared about what people are going to say and how they going to feel. Baby, you getting pissed off because I deleted you. I know you in real life. You got my number. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. You got my number. I need to make room for the world so they can get this content and those who resonate bring in this revenue. I ain't got time to be playing with your ego. And that's how people get caught up. You caught up in somebody, you being a people pleaser and you ain't getting paid. You being a people pleaser and you ain't getting paid. I'm going to say that one more time. You being a people pleaser is why you're not getting paid. Because you don't know how to check your energy and motion and let people ride. Okay? Stop letting everyone and everything drain your energy because you can't show up in business the way you need to. And business is about consistency, because consistency breeds results. Don't be surprised if you're not guarding your gates. Don't be surprised when your power and your money start slipping through the cracks. You let them people. Don't be surprised when you let a thief in your house and they steal from you. Don't be surprised. Don't be shocked. There were no locks on the gates. There were no locks on the doors. Easy access. And like it says in one of the laws, 48 laws of power, people don't like to talk about that because, oh, it's just a book of manipulation. Let me tell you something. You better know how your enemy works. You better know the strategies of how people are maneuvering on you. So you know how to position yourself. Anything that is easily accessible and constantly accessible loses its value. And you are too accessible to people, and that's why they don't value you. You are too accessible. You are always on hand, and you think that makes you look like a good friend, a good partner, a good lover, a good supportive person. That's your piss poor programming, because you don't realize you pleasure. Because you don't realize you pleasure, you go through all that pain just to have a friend. Ooh. Or is it a friend? Or you go through all that pain just to have a man. Ooh. But is he really your man? Okay? Like, come on now. I don't blame you, Archie. I don't blame you. I said I wasn't going to give you these other ones, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. Flourishing in your business is very important because it reflects your inner power. When you flourish in business, let me say this. Your business is a mirror. And I don't think I've ever explained this before, but your business is a mirror. And my question for you is, what are you reflecting? Do you like what you're reflecting? Okay? If your business is a mess, That's because it's reflecting your inner chaos. Don't like what you see? Okay? Clean the mirror, meaning fix yourself first, and your business will only flourish when the inner world is aligned and powerful, because then you will exude true, authentic power. Anything else is just a band aid. Anything else is just a band aid. I'm just telling you. Stop chasing strategies and start working on yourself. How do I make this? How do I do this? How do I make this out of money? How do I do this? Stop chasing strategies. Okay? And start working on yourself. Your business can only grow as much as you do. The inner power is what leads to the external success. I'm say it again. The inner power leads to the external success. Anything else is just a band-aid. Excuse me. Anything else is just a band-aid. That's literally all it is. A band-aid. So, enough with these excuses. Okay? I just gave you the 5 things that are necessary for you to tap into, or you're going to stay broke until you master your emotions. Now, if you don't necessarily know how to do these things and you need some help in learning how to do these things, I have 3 options for you. Okay? The first option is, if you are a business owner, you need to be in class on Thursday. I have a free masterclass called Balance and Prosper, Mastering Cycle Syncing. Okay, we're turning your anxiety into skyrocketed success in your business. So that's the masterclass that's happening this Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is free. It is for women who are coaches, consultants, solopreneurs in business, entrepreneur women, women that have businesses. I just want to make sure we're very clear about who needs to be in this building and who needs to be in this room. Okay? The second option that I have for you that's very important and very vital, if you are in a space to where you're not making the type of money you want to make, or let's just say this, you got a business, you click the link in the bio and you click the Balance and Prosper Masterclass to sign up. If you have a business and you have an offer, right, and you're not in love with your offer anymore, you're not in love with what you're selling anymore, and it's causing you creative blocks in a way that you can't make money, then you need to learn how to solve your money problem. You got to go back to the basics. So if you need to go back to the basics and learn how to solve your money problem, I need you to click the link in the bio where it says Become a Money Magnet and grab that $12 kit. Because you need to fall back in love with your business now. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, but now. And the way you fall back in love with your business is by figuring out what problems you solve. And I take you back to that in the How to Solve Your Money Problem mini course. In that mini course, in that mini little kit that you're going to get for $12, you're going to get the video that's going to support you with the steps on how to solve your money problem. You're going to get the PDF form to help you heal your relationship with money, because in order for money to be attracted to you, you're going to have to get it right with money. You treat money the way you treat food. You either binge it or you hold it too tight, and money don't like either one of those. The third thing that needs to happen is that you need to have that PDF where you get in the right wealth frequency. So you need to figure out what the wealth frequency is for you. Okay? The wealth frequency for someone else may work. If you're saying you want to be a millionaire, it really needs to make sense to you. Oh my God, I love the financial list. I'm so glad you love it. That was one of my favorite things to create, the frequency shift and wealth frequency list. But you need to be in the right frequency to be able to receive. So if you are a woman who is in the space of, okay, I want $100,000, a year. This is what I want to do. That's the frequency I feel like in my business. That's going to support you in actually getting in that frequency to be able to do that. That's what I had to do to become a 6-figure business owner. I built my business from the ground up to 6 figures without hustling. And I had to do these things. I had to solve my money problem. Because I'm going to tell you something. This is how this all came about. I was going through my divorce and I figured out how I'm going to make money. I don't want to go clock into somebody else's job. My ex-husband had allotted me the space to be able to work my business and not work my job. So since that marriage was ending, I still needed the structure. I still needed support. So how am I going to solve my money problem? Okay. The process that I did, I go through it in the How to Solve Your Money Problem mini course. I got myself in the right wealth frequency to be able to create a 6-figure business. And then guess what? I healed my relationship with money. And guess what? Money came to me and I hit my first 6 figures in business. So, and that process started with me becoming a money magnet. So if that is your issue, you're not in love with your money, you're not in love with your business anymore, you started it, but you don't want to go back to corporate, you want to keep this going, click the link in the bio and click the link in the bio where it says become a money magnet and go ahead and grab that. Now, if you are, pretty cool with the money, you know what problem you solve, you're good on that. You register for the Balance for Better, a Balance and Prosper Masterclass, but you struggle to maintain or keep yourself calm when it comes down to your nervous system. Like you really walk into rooms or you don't really understand what people mean when they say to regulate your nervous system, but you know that your nervous system is off. Then you want to check out the Command Your Cash Flow Masterclass where I'm teaching you the strategies to calm your nervous system. In that course, the value of the course is about $700 to be honest with you, but I priced it at $250. The value is like about $700, so I priced it at $250. In that class, you're going to learn the art of calming your nervous system, the scientific formula of calming your nervous system, what it actually means, like what aspects of your nervous system do what, so you know exactly what to do. Then there's techniques for each one of those areas. You have the parasympathetic nervous system, you have the central nervous system, and those two, I have strategies to be able to support you, to bring you and to center you. Because what if you can't contact your therapist? What if you can't go and do this? You need strategies and support on hand for yourself so that you can soothe and ground yourself, so that you can get back centered and create. Okay? So it is so important and so vital that you get that. It helped me. Yes, come on and speak on it. I love that. Okay, there we go. Yes, yes, yes. I was trying to screenshot that. There we go. I love it. I love it. Go ahead and click the link in the bio to be able to get that. I'm telling you, that course will really support you. It will help you unblock some things and you will be able to call forth wealth. Okay? Because your womb is a wealth creation station. And baby, you need to be calm within your body to be able to collect cash flow. Okay? What questions do you guys have for me? Congratulations. I'm seeing people purchase. I think I've seen somebody purchase the nervous system course. I've seen a couple registrations come through for the masterclass this Thursday. And I've seen some Solve Your Money Problem courses come through. If you are struggling with money, you shouldn't be struggling with money. If you're struggling with money, you need to get that kit. That's number one. Because you shouldn't be struggling for money in your business. If you're showing up in no, you should not. That means that there's something off. Either your relationship with money is off, the frequency is off, and you don't remember what problem you solved. And those three things are important if you want to get paid. And I'm talking about high top paid, okay? So go ahead and grab that kit for for $12. I'm sorry. But drop your questions, whatever questions you guys have for me before I get ready to go. But those are the things. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, answer these emotions, baby. Y'all don't answer these master these emotions. You think, child. Y'all better master your emotions so y'all can make y'all money. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. The only thing I ask is that you share it with a friend who needs. Okay? And then also, I have an exclusive membership on YouTube where you can subscribe. And I answer whatever questions and different things that they may have. And I'm actually working to do some things with them this month. So you can come on over there to join. And click the link in the bio to get access to any of the courses or services or anything else that I offer. My biggest program is the Harmony in 6 program currently, outside of the certification program. I do certify women to do the work that I do. But that's another program. But the program mainly that I focus on a lot is the Harmony in Six program, where I support women who are in business or high ambitious creatives that are actively working in their craft. I support them in getting in sync with their cycles, so that they can enhance their creativity, up level their productivity, and increase their cash flow. So that's a 6-week program. If you want more information on that, you can click the link in the bio to be able to learn more about that and check out our university and just kind of review everything. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful program. It is my favorite. It is literally the formula that I've used to support my clients in going from 6 figures to multi 6 figures, 5 figures to 6 figures. And it is the formula that I use as well to be able to catapult my business into the 6-figure range. So, any other questions? Oh, no, you're fine. No worries. Any other questions? All right, my loves. I'm not seeing any questions come through. Seems like y'all got it. Click the link in the bio, like I said, to be able to get access to all of these things. Make sure that if you are a business owner and you really are struggling with your nervous system, even if you're not a business owner and you're just struggling to calm your nervous system down, click the link in the bio and grab access to that. Like she said, it helps her remove a whole lot of blocks. Trust me, it's going to do what it needs to do if you do what you need to do. Okay? I hope that y'all have an amazing, 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 and I do mean amazing Monday. Y'all make sure if y'all have any questions or concerns to DM me. Congratulations. Someone else just purchased look like How to Solve Your Money Problem. Y'all gonna solve this money problem. I heard that. I ain't mad at that at all. Money is the blood of your business, so if you ain't making no money, baby, you're on life support. You're so welcome. Okay? So make sure that you click the link in the bio to be able to get access. If you need to solve your money problem, all you gotta do is click Become a Money Magnet, which is that link in the bio, and click the other links to find out more information and how I can support you. Okay? So I will see you guys. I don't know if I'm going on tomorrow or Wednesday, but I will see y'all next time. I hope that y'all have an amazing evening. Peace, y'all.